Hello and welcome to today's episode of the Phlightless Phoenix Podcast. Oh, oh, hmm. I was up kind of late last night because my daughter was not wanting to fall asleep. Well, she fell asleep, but then as I was falling asleep, because it was like 12:30 to around 12:30 or so, I started falling asleep, and then she kind of woke up and took her a while to go back to sleep. But I got good enough rest, I guess. Oh, but it's kind of weird how sleep is, well, how sleep is, but I was going to say how it's so different for everybody. Because, like, even between just me and my wife, she falls asleep. It takes her a while to fall asleep. And she's had a lot of trouble sleeping. Uh, just it's something that runs in her family. Her mom is the same way. She'll have a lot of trouble sleeping, but then I'll just lay down and fall asleep almost immediately most of the time. And then there's like so many different people who I've known people who need like 10 hours of sleep to feel well rested, and some people who get only like 5 hours of sleep and they feel great. And then if you wake up after 7 hours of sleep, you might feel terrible, but after 8 hours, you feel great. After 9 hours, you feel terrible again. It's weird just how it goes back and forth like that. There's just a lot of stuff about sleep that we just don't really always have the answers for. And I feel like I've heard a lot of people say a lot of different things about just how much sleep you should get, and like everybody agrees for the most part on you need 8 hours, but then nobody really gets 8 hours. Like I know tons of people who get more or less. A lot of people who aim kind of for that dot. But I usually get about 7 hours of sleep, 7.5 hours, I think, because we start getting ready for bed around 9 to 9:30 usually, just because we're putting my daughter to sleep, and so we'll get her to sleep, and then I'm either falling asleep by 11 or midnight most nights, and then I usually get up around 7. But there's on the days when I fall asleep at 11, I do tend to feel a little more well rested and energetic. But there's days I fall asleep at like 12:30 or 1, and I feel just as well rested as if I had gotten 2 extra hours. And then there's days I fall asleep at 11:30 or midnight, and I don't feel very well rested at all. So, oh, but I really don't think that sleep is, or I think that sleep is just something that you kind of just got to do your best on. And if you get enough of it, you get enough, but enough and the right amount are not always the same. 'Cause, I mean, I can function pretty well on only a few hours of sleep if I need to, but it works best on, or I work best with a lot of sleep. Oh, I know when we were in a pretty good sleep routine, and then we had a kid, and it has gotten a lot better recently because she's been sleeping pretty much the entire night most of the time. But there's a lot of times when she just will get up and wake us up in the middle of the night, interrupt everything, and we'll be sleeping. Then we'll have to wake up. And it was much worse as a little baby. So next year, when we have our second, it'll be a little bit. It'll be a little bit more of that probably, which I'm not looking forward to the lack of sleep, but I know it'll be worth it, and it'll be a lot of fun having a little baby again. My wife a few months ago started really missing having a little baby. She was like, just every time we saw a little uh, newborn or just any baby younger than a year old, pretty much, she would just look at me with these sad eyes because she, I think she was starting to feel that our daughter's growing up pretty fast, and she was not ready. I know I'm still not ready for her to turn 2, which is coming up pretty quick here. But you can't stop time, even though it feels like it passes by too quickly. There's a lot of times where it just, you do wish you could pause it though. Uh, Last night or we were trying to figure out what to do for supper. We went to Target to make a baby registry because that's always a lot of fun. And we did that, and then we're just looking at different things. And I was thinking I would make hamburgers, but then we were walking by the pancake mix, and or yeah, walking just down the baking aisle and walked by the pancake mix, and my wife's face just lit up when she saw the pancakes, and she went, "Oh, that looks good," and I just immediately knew that she was wanting that, and so I told her, let's make pancakes for supper. And so she made some sausage and eggs, and I cooked up a whole bunch of pancakes. Our daughter likes pancakes a lot, but we got these little frozen pancakes just for her breakfast since they're easy to heat up. And my wife will put honey on them for her and call them her honey cakes. And so she was all excited about the pancakes when we got down. But I like breakfast food a lot. It's probably some of the best food. Maybe because a lot of it's very sweet, and my whole family, but especially me and my mom, have a sweet tooth quite a bit. And we'll just eat tons of, not candy, but like baked goods and stuff. When I was younger, I'd eat a lot of candy, but these days I just don't really love tons of candy that much. But that's all the time we got for now, so I will continue this later. Alrighty, welcome back. Oh, oh, ho, 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 ho. I was not feeling that tired earlier, and then I just started doing something boring at work, and I was crashing out hard. I think I might need to try and get a little more sleep in. Oh, but that's not too bad. I think I've just been having some very boring days at work because I've been doing incredibly repetitive tasks for like this entire week. Just things that, like filling out forms over and over and over. And so it kind of is taking up a lot of time to just not do anything exciting, really. Oh, I'm hoping that because we're planning on moving offices, and the desks at our new offices are adjustable, and I'm hoping that they can get high enough I can stand, because that would help a lot with that whole business. But I was testing one out the other day when I was over there last week, and it looked like it was kind of maybe tall enough, but really without the computer there and the screens, I couldn't really be sure because it was kind of low. But I guess it was the right height for my hands to kind of rest easy on it. But the problem was I was kind of hoping it would be a little closer to chest height. It's kind of, I don't know, I'm guessing it was like a 4 foot tall, which is a pretty tall table, but not, I was expecting more like a 5 foot kind of deal. And so I guess that would have been an extremely tall table and would have had to rest my whole lower arm on it, not just my hands. So that it kind of makes sense that it wasn't that tall, but no. Which I was thinking, I'm hoping that we're going to move next weekend. That's what they're kind of hinting at trying to do, but not really 100% sure in any case. But I've been thinking because it's like the desks we're going to have there are cubicles, and so there's like a uh, 6 foot, or not a 6 foot, like a 5 foot desk, and then like a 4 foot desk, and that's length, not height. Uh, so there's a couple of 2 desks, and then a cabinet with like a longer, or like a skinny but tall thing for like coats and stuff like that, and then a few filing cabinet drawers. And I'm trying to think, because I will have enough room to actually put things on my desk, because right now my desk is so absolutely covered in just all kinds of stuff that I really cannot fit any of my personal effects on there. But I will be able to do that with the new desks. So I'm looking forward to that. But I'm trying to figure out what all I want, because I'm trying to figure out if I have a couple extra picture frames, because I'd like to have 3 pictures. I think I want a picture of my wife and both my kids. And so if I maybe I'll get like a little 3 frame picture frame so they're all there together. Maybe I'll get like I might need to get like a 3 little tiny ones. We'll see. But I might also just see what we have at home, use some of that. And I know, and I already have some pictures printed out of my wife and daughter, so I might just take one of those for now and then get more later. Maybe ask for a picture frame for Christmas. But then I have a few like kind of desk toys at home that I was wanting to bring up once I had room. It's like a little magnet thing for fidgeting with, and then I'll just have to see, I guess. But I'd like to personalize my workspace a little more than I have currently. Maybe I'll bring up a little box to kind of set pictures on, and I can use that to carry everything up there. Oh, excuse me. I was trying to drink some coffee this morning. I didn't make any before I left the house. I made it up at work, but I made a cup about an hour ago, and when I was trying to drink it before I left, but it was still too hot, so I was having to wait. Oh. So I left that, but I have a pretty good thermos, so I think it'll probably still be warm when I get back from lunch. Oh, but I'll just have to see, I guess. I doubt it'll be cold, but I don't particularly enjoy cold coffee. I like my coffee hot, but not burning my skin hot. Because that's the thing is you got to get it real hot to brew it, but then you got to wait for it to cool down a little bit to drink it. So, but coffee's one of those things that isn't a necessity, but it's nice to have a little bit of. And it doesn't cost too much either if you as long as you don't buy it from like a coffee shop, because coffee shops cost like $5 for a tiny thing of coffee, and their coffee isn't even that good. Because I don't like a lot of add-ons in my coffee, and so I like to just drink my coffee black. And I've tried like Starbucks black coffee; it is horrible. Like you can tell they made their coffee to for the exclusive purpose of putting a bunch of sugar and junk in it. But yeah, I've so yeah, if you buy coffee every day, it costs a lot because the cheapest coffee I've seen from a coffee shop is like $2.50, and that was 5 years ago. So it's probably up to well above that now. Oh, but I like to just get my coffee at home, and so it only costs me like 40 cents a cup, which I know is still a lot more than the absolute cheapest, because if you get it in bulk for the cheap brands, it's less than that. But I like to get the good HEB coffee, which isn't very expensive, but it's more than the very cheap like Walmart brand stuff. That's all the time I got for now. So we'll continue this later. Oh Lord, I thought the day would never come when I could lay my burdens down and walk with you. But this morning, as I greet the rising sun, the fondest of my dreams have all come true. And the greatest friend you'll ever find is on a lonely mountain top. The highest high you'll ever reach is when you kneel to pray. And the brightest light you'll ever see is when you close your eyes. Oh Lord, you are my first love, at last I realize. Oh Lord, I need a mountain to climb on. Just a quiet place to go and know you're there. Oh Lord, I need to spend some time with you. Jesus spent the night with you in prayer. And the greatest friend you'll ever find is on a lonely mountain top. The highest high you'll ever reach is when you kneel to pray. And the brightest light you'll ever see is when you close your eyes real tight. Oh Lord, you are my first love, at last I realize. I didn't realize until just now that I have still been holding back singing, even though I've been doing it for a little while on here now, and even though I'm alone in the car not bothering anybody. I think it's just one of those social things that it's so ingrained not to sing in public that it's a struggle even when you know you're doing it. And that might be why I'm having so much of a harder time than usual finding all the words. And maybe I just need to let myself sing out more, not be so hesitant. Oh, but what song should I sing next? That's the trouble is I sing something and then I get it stuck in my head and then I can't think of any new songs real easy. I know which one though. Break my heart, O Lord my God. Oh, I forgot the words. Break my heart, O Lord my God. Tear the barriers down. Show me in convicting tears the glories of your crown. My heart is hard, my soul so weak. The ways of evil cut so deep. I need you, Lord, to come inside and gently break my heart. My sin is great, but I can see the glory set for me. Show me, Father, where to start and gently break my heart. My heart is hard, my soul so weak. The ways of evil cut so deep. I need you, Lord, to come inside and gently break my heart. I am a sheep and the Lord is my shepherd, watching over my soul to keep guarding over me ever, watching wherever I go. And when the winds blow, He is my shelter. And when I'm lost and alone, He rescues me. And when the lion comes, He is my victory, constantly watching over me. We are His children, and He is our Father, watching over our souls. Great is his love for his sons and his daughters, watching wherever we go. And when the winds blow, he is our shelter. And when I'm lost and alone, he rescues me. And when the lion comes, he is my victory, constantly watching over me. He is constantly watching over me. Yeah, I think I've just been letting myself still be a little too self-conscious and worried about just, I don't know, just a little bit of everything. So I think I'm gonna let myself be a little louder. Talking too. I didn't realize I've been talking really quiet for sitting in a car where nobody else can hear me, especially while I'm driving down the road. Like, even if somebody could hear me from outside the car, they couldn't hear me while we're both going 60 miles an hour. And, oh, I definitely do think I'm a little more shy than I realize still. And I'm not anywhere near as timid as I used to be when it comes to conversing with other people or just talking in public, but it's still not where I'm at my most comfortable. And so I still struggle with it from time to time. And I don't think I realized that I was struggling with it so much still, because I was definitely holding back singing and not talking as loud as I would at home when I get excited about something, Just even talking just to my phone and nothing else, I still hold back something. And maybe that's something that I need to work on in general, because I think that it kind of comes naturally where you just kind of want to hold back and not risk it all by putting yourself out there fully, whether it comes to work or home or just anything. You tend to be a little reserved, but I really am trying to get past that. I'm trying to be better at putting myself out there, but it's not something that comes to me naturally. It's something I got to work on, and over time, I think I will get better at it, but it's not as easy as just saying it and doing it. It takes time and work to get it done. I do like singing, and I think I could definitely hit more notes a little easier and get in tune a little easier singing at full volume, even on those songs I'm not as familiar with. So I think I'm going to try that later, which I need to listen to some of the songs I was wanting to try out singing, because I made a playlist of songs I like singing or enjoy singing. I need to see which ones are the best to translate into an a cappella kind of setting, because not all of them are. I know there's a few songs where there's just these massive instrumental breaks, or there's some kind of instrumental accompaniment that like intermixes with the vocals in a way that is what makes the song. So I'm gonna have to just listen to a few of them and see which ones I want to try singing. But I know I like a lot of Zach Brown band, and theirs are pretty good for not having too many big instrumental breaks. But they have multiple vocalists, so there's some kind of harmony and uh, cool stuff they do with their voices that I can't do on my own. But that's all the time I got for now, so I will continue this later. Hello and welcome back to today's final part of the podcast. Oh, something I just kind of thought about that I hadn't really considered is that I used to be super cautious about having magnets anywhere near my electronics. Like, I remember having just some little magnet sizzlers when I was like, I don't know what, 10 or whatever, and accidentally kind of dropping one next to a computer and then freaking out thinking that I was gonna accidentally wipe the hard drive or something. And back in 2009 or something. But now I have uh, like all of my phone attachments are magnetized, and my computer has magnets in it that help to hold it closed. And just have different things on it. And I still know you need to be a little careful with magnets around computers, but it is funny how I always thought it was some super dangerous thing. And I've known for years now that, only very specific parts of the computer, it's not like the case is going to get damaged by magnets, but it's only if you put them right next to the actual, like, uh, components like the hard drive or the graphics card, that stuff might be affected by, or will be affected by magnets. But even then, unless it's a stronger magnet, it's probably not going to affect it very much of it all. But I when I was younger, I just didn't even realize that, and now I'm like, I never really consciously made that distinction, but now I just know that it's not that risky to where you need to be worried about dropping a toy magnet near to a computer. And I'll put my phone in the same pocket I put all my accessories in, and all the accessories are magnetic or have magnetic parts. Like, this microphone is held onto my lapel by a magnet, and the headphones I use have a little magnetic charging thing. And yeah, it's just kind of weird how magnets have become incredibly ingrained into everyday life, but you don't even always realize it. Like, if you have well, I don't know if it's on newer ones, but I remember in high school, the laptops we had were MacBook Airs, and they had magnetic. Uh, well, the lids were magnetic to stay closed, and then they also had magnetic charging ports. And so it was already back then just magnets all around me all the time, and I never even thought about it. But it's one of those things where you get so used to technology that you don't even notice it in your everyday life anymore. Whereas 100 years ago, magnet was a magic trick. Nowadays, it's just like, oh yeah, that's just what you're gonna have in every single bit of your house almost. My daughter plays with magnets all day long. She has like several. Oh, excuse me. She has several magnetic toys. It's just very interesting how that change happened. And I don't know if many people have even really noticed it that much. Oh, there's a lot of clouds up in the sky. Looks like there might be some storms rolling in. That'd be very nice if that were the case. Oh, I was thinking about singing some more songs, but I forgot that I was going to listen to some country songs to get a good handle on those before I started singing them. Yeah, but I was trying to think of kind of some different songs because I don't want to just sing the same ones over and over again, you know. But I do have my favorites that I like to sing, and then also it's just back to the whole not easy to remember them all the time. Boy, I definitely got a little more energetic after lunch, but I am still kind of tired today. I might try and get into bed a little earlier tonight and see if I can't catch up on sleep. Which I just realized that I completely forgot yesterday to post. I think I posted 2 days ago. I forgot to render and post the video until late, and so rendered it overnight and was going to paste it in or post it in the morning. And then I didn't post it in the morning. I forgot, and so last night I did the same thing, and so I hit render and then posted the one from the day before. And this morning I completely forgot to post the one that I rendered today or last night. So I'm going to be posting that one and probably rendering the other one. Today's that I'm recording right now, probably render it overnight and try and post it tomorrow. But I'm kind of preferring a more delayed schedule just by like a day so that I don't have to just immediately jump to it when I get home and start processing immediately. I like a bit more of a relaxed schedule and maybe leaving it just running overnight because my computer just turns off when it's done running, so it's not draining any extra electricity. But I've been thinking for a while I need to like do a new setup with my computer. I was thinking what I was planning on doing was getting some old computer parts from my dad and making a home server to kind of route the route my home internet and connect everything. So I was going to essentially set up a home network with all my computers connected, but I have not gotten around to that yet. Oh, but I think the main thing I need to build a computer right now is a case because I actually have some older parts and can find some extra parts, I think. But I need to just get a case and a motherboard. That way I can start working on the rest of it. Because case and motherboard are going to be well, not the hardest parts. Really, I just want a case that I can fit stuff in, and then a motherboard that I don't even know what I need in a motherboard. I haven't looked at that very much because I know kind of processors, and I don't really need too much of a complex processor. The main thing for video games, which is the main thing I want to run, is graphics, which the graphics card would be a dedicated separate unit. Oh, but it'd be nice to have an integrated card the on the motherboard just in case. But we'll see. Next time I visit, next time I visit my parents, I might have to check and see what they have because my dad has a lot of old parts. I might try and see if he'll give me some. But anyway, that's all the time I have for now. So thank y'all for listening and see y'all tomorrow.